Welcome to the first episode of a new series where I'll be highlighting interesting moments from the testing of FSD Beta, the most advanced version of Tesla's autopilot yet. You'll see specific examples of mistakes the system makes, but also instances where autopilot has handled an unusual situation well or has visibly improved over an earlier version. The clips I used are numbered and links to the source videos can be found in the description. In my previous video, I demonstrated how much has FSD Beta improved over the last 9 months of testing, but I certainly don't want you to think that the system is perfect. It's far from being fully autonomous, so testers have to pay attention at all times and keep their hands on the wheel. The driver is always responsible for the car. When autopilot is active, the blue steering wheel appears on the display. If the system makes a mistake, the driver can take over at any time, which is indicated by the steering wheel icon disappearing. The need for constant supervision is well illustrated in this clip from Chuck Cook, whose Tesla tried to run a red light. Chuck wants to go straight, but the traffic light is somewhat unusual, showing both a red light for the forward lane and a green arrow for cars turning right. The system was clearly not used to this type of traffic light and could not decide whether the relevant light was red or green. So even though the car almost stops at first, it eventually tries to run the red light. But Chuck expected this and hit the brakes in time. This was only a temporary problem though, because the next FSD Beta update fixed this behavior, and in the same location, the system is now detecting the traffic lights correctly.
So I would say, good job Tesla for identifying that.
Another example of a big mistake any autonomous vehicle can possibly make is not stopping at a stop sign. In this video from Dave Mack, you can see a situation where the car sees the stop sign and displays it correctly on the visualization, but for some reason ignores it and tries to drive through it without stopping.
Okay, didn't want to stop the stop sign, but didn't want to stop.
This particular stop sign might be new and therefore isn't on the maps that Tesla uses. But this behavior is still strange, because other testers have previously demonstrated that autopilot will stop for a sign that is not in the map. You can see it in this clip from Dirty Tesla. The car did notice the unexpected stop sign relatively late, so it had to brake pretty hard, but the important thing is that it did stop.
And it does stop for it, really hard.
You could argue that the software shouldn't need maps at all, but with them, the car can better plan its next steps, which results in a smoother ride. Also, even if someone knocks down a stop sign, autopilot will know, thanks to the maps, that it needs to stop where the stop sign used to be. Zeb Hellock demonstrated last year how outdated maps affect autopilot. His Tesla with one of the earliest versions of FSD Beta used to stop unnecessarily after this underpass and then reacted to a newly added stop sign only at the last second because it wasn't on the map yet.
It was not a stop sign, but now it is.
However, in a later software version, the maps were updated, and as you can see in this newer clip, the car then drove through the entire section correctly.
It did it!
Now turn left to stay on Eno Street.
Okay, and it's got the left blinker on. This is different. This is improved.
Other interesting scenarios involve signs or lights that are obscured for some reason. This clip from Frenchie shows a situation with a stop sign that's obscured by a tree until the last second, resulting in the car braking a little too late.
It's too late.
Interestingly, Frenchie tried the same intersection again just a few minutes later, and this time the car reacted to the stop sign more quickly.
Good.
Does that mean it learned from before, or was it just variance? Either way, this should only be a problem for signs that aren't on Tesla's maps. Because, as this clip from Chuck Cook shows, when the software knows to expect a traffic light thanks to the map data, but it's around a bend or obscured by a tree, as in this case, the car preemptively slows down until it can see the traffic light, and only when it visually confirms that the light is green, it accelerates again. And that's all for today. Next time, I'll take a look at how FSD Beta reacts to cyclists and pedestrians in the road. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you like the series and what I should improve. I'm also looking for a native English speaker to do the voiceover, and people to help with the editing. Please contact me if you're interested in helping out. Email address is in the description.